In this video, let's discuss about the amendments in the area of assessment procedure. Okay, let's begin without any further delay. Mandatory filing of return of income in certain cases. Okay, any person other than a company or a firm, who is not required to furnish a return under section 139 and income tax return in the prescribed form and manner on or before due date. If he has deposited exceeding 1 crore in one or more current accounts maintained in the banking company or a cooperative society, if he has deposited a amount which is exceeding 1 crore. So if it is if it is a person other than a company or a firm, and it has deposited rupees in excess of rupees 1 crore in current account, one or more accounts, then it is required to furnish a return of income on a due dates. Then has incurred an expenditure for an amount of aggregate of amount exceeding 2 lakh rupees for a travel to a foreign country, then has incurred expenditure of an amount or aggregate of the amount exceeding rupees 1 lakh towards consumption of electricity, because domestic consumption does not take 1 lakh per month, right, on aggregate, but the corporate consumption or factory consumption or exceed. That's why it is given an importance. Fulfill such other conditions as may be prescribed. So deposits exceeding 1 crore in current accounts, incurred expenditure, travel expenditure exceeding 2 lakhs to a foreign country, expenditure of an amount exceeding rupees 1 lakh towards consumption of electricity, and any other conditions. Incident Rule 12AB stating the conditions wherein a person other than a company who is not required to furnish a return of income would have to file income tax return in the prescribed form or manner during the previous year. See, these other conditions have been now stated. Okay, that is with Rule 12AB. His total sales turnover or gross case may be in the business exceeds rupees 60 lakh. From business it should exceed 60 lakhs. From profession, if it exceeds 10 lakh, aggregate of a tax deducted source, the tax collected source, TCS or TDS during the previous year is 25,000 or more. And if the senior citizen individual senior citizen, then the limit would be 50,000 or more. Okay, the deposit of one or more savings bank account is 50 lakhs or more. 4 conditions are there now in other conditions, but via Rule 12AB, total sales turnover or gross receipts for the business exceeds rupees 60 lakhs, exceeds of the profession exceeds rupees 10 lakh, TCS or TDS exceeds rupees 25,000 or more, or for a senior citizen it is rupees 50,000 or more. The deposits in one or more savings bank account of the person in aggregate is 50 lakhs or more. This amendment, just give me a minute. This amendment has to be read along with the other provisions. Okay, then effect of order of tribunal or court in respect of business reorganization. First, let's understand what is the business reorganization. Business reorganization means the reorganization of business involving amalgamation, demerger, or merger of business or one or more persons. So business reorganization means amalgamation, demerger, or merger. Requirement to file a modified return. In the case of business reorganization, where prior to the date of the order of High Court, tribunal, or adjudicating authority, as the case may be, any return of income has been furnished by the successor. Under the provisions of the section 139 for any assessment year relevant to the previous year to which such order applies, such successor has to furnish within a period of 6 months from the end of the month in which the said order was issued a modified return in the form ITRA in accordance with the and limited to the said order. Said return of income has to be furnished electronically under digital signature. See, if I have been subject to business reorganization and my successor has filed the return of income, okay, during the previous year, he has to file a modified return of income in form ITRA within 6 months from the end of the month in which the order was issued. Order means what? The order for business reorganization was issued. Okay, meaning of successor. What is successor? The resulting company. Resulting company would be known as successor. Okay, for example, this could be an MCQ. If A Limited merges with B Limited with effect from 1 order of High Court dated 1/11/2022, and B has already filed this return of income for A by 22-23 on 30th October 2022, then B Limited has to file a modified return within 6 months in the date of order. November, December, from the end of the month, right? You will generally tell you what from November, but it is end of the month. That's why I'm making it very clear. Okay, so December, Jan, Feb, March, April, May. So 31st May 2023 or before 31st May 2023 I have to file. 6 months from the end of the month in which the order was issued. So this is very important. See, 6 months is everybody knows, but end of the month is only those who read it properly then. Assessment of, okay, just again give me a minute. This is really troubling me. Yeah. Assessment on the basis of modified return. Assessment on the basis of modified return. Completed proceedings. If the proceedings have been completed on the date of furnishing of the modified return in accordance with the provisions of Section 170A, AO has to pass an order modifying the total income of the relevant assessment year, determine its assessment or reassessment proceedings with the order of the business reorganization and the modified return so furnished. Pending proceedings. He has to complete the proceeding based on this modified return. For complete proceeding, he has to just pass an order modifying the total income considering this modified return. And for pending proceeding, he should take this modified return as the return which has been furnished. Okay, permanent account number. PAN. Let's see. What are the provisions amendments? Section 139 requires certain persons who have not been allotted a permanent account number to apply to the assessing officer within the specified time for allotment of PAN. I have not been allotted the PAN. Okay, I have to apply to the assessing officer for allotment of PAN. Those specified persons are there. For widening the tax base, every person who has not been allotted a PAN and intends to enter into such transaction as prescribed by the CBA is also required to apply to assessing officer for allotment of PAN. I am entering on some specified transaction as given below. Okay, I don't have a PAN. Then I have to apply to the assessing officer to allot me a PAN. Accordingly, Rule 114BA inserted with effect from expiry of 15 days from 10/5/2022 to prescribe the following transaction. Okay, so which means around 25th of May, from 25th of May 2022, this is applicable. So what is the who are all specified person? Every person who intends to deposit cash. Deposit is cash in one or more bank accounts with banking company. If the aggregate amount of such cash deposits during a financial year is 20 lakhs or more, 20 lakhs or more. If I'm going to deposit cash in the banking company, aggregate of deposits during the financial year exceeds rupees 20 lakhs or more, then I have to then, at least 7 days before the date on which he intends to deposit the cash, I have to apply to the assessing officer to allot me a PAN. At least 7 days time limit. For every time limit is 7 days, 7 days. But from which date? 7 days before the date which I intend to deposit. Okay, from the date before, I mean, at least 7 days before the date I intend to deposit. Okay, then I am going to withdraw 20 lakhs or more. Similarly, I have to uh, obtain or apply to a assessing officer to allot me a PAN at least 7 days before the date of withdrawal, estimated date of withdrawal. Any person who intends to open a current account or a cash credit account, okay, current account or CC days before the date on which he intends to open such account, I have to apply to a assessing officer to allot me a PAN. Okay, three cases. One, deposit greater than 20 lakhs, 20 lakhs or more, withdrawal 20 lakhs or more. I'm going to open current account or cash credit account, then I have to apply at least 7 days before such dates, estimated dates, intended dates to the assessing officer to allot me a PAN. Okay, quoting and authentication of PAN and Aadhaar number. Every person entering into such prescribed transaction is required to quote his PAN number or Aadhaar number, as the case may be, in the documents pertaining to such transaction. Also, they are required to authenticate such PAN or Aadhaar number in the prescribed manner. Authenticate the PAN or Aadhaar number in the prescribed manner. Every person receiving such documents relating to such transaction has to ensure the PAN or Aadhaar number has been duly quoted in such document and also to be ensured that it has been authenticated. Rule 114BB 114BB instead with effect from expiry of 60 days from 10/5/2022. Example, say it is from 10th July 2022. Exactly you have to calculate, but for instance, I'm saying it's 10th July. Okay, please calculate. Entering into a transaction specified in quote his PAN or Aadhaar number as the case may be, and every person specified in column 3 of said table who receives the document has to ensure it is duly authenticated. This is a transaction and this person has to duly authenticated. Same. Cash deposit 20 lakhs or more, cash withdrawal 20 lakhs or more, opening of current account and cash credit account. The bank or the cooperative bank or the postmaster general of the post office has to authenticate and it has to be authenticated. Okay, then let's move on. We have lots to cover. Quoting of PAN or other numbers, however, not required in the case a person is depositing money as per serial number 1 or withdrawing money as per serial number 2 is the government or state government or the consular offices. If it is for government, then quoting of PAN is not applicable. If it is for government, then quoting of PAN is not applicable. Okay, then quoting of Aadhaar number, mandatory quoting. Every person who is eligible to obtain another number is required to quote mandatorily on or after 1st July 2017. 1st July 2017, I'm going to quote the Aadhaar number in the application for PAN and in the return of income. In the application of PAN and in the return of income. Mandatory quoting of enrollment ID. If I don't have an Aadhaar number, then I have to quote the enrollment ID in the case of Aadhaar number. Then intimation. Enrollment ID means 28-digit enrollment identification number issued to a resident at the time of enrollment. Intimation of Aadhaar number to prescribed authority. Every person who has been allotted PAN as on 1st July 2017 and who is eligible to obtain the Aadhaar number shall intimate the Aadhaar number on or before 31st March 2022. From on 31st March 2022, I have to intimate my Aadhaar number to the authorities. Okay, PDGIT or PDIT. The last date, it is clarified that it is mandatory to quote Aadhaar while filing the return of income either manually or electronically. Even though I have linked it before with the PAN, I have to still quote the same while filing the return of income. Then consequences of failure to intimate the Aadhaar number. What will be the consequence if I not intimate the Aadhaar number? As per section 234H, a required to intimate the Aadhaar number but has failed to do so on before the notified date, he shall be liable to pay a fees which shall not exceed 1,000 rupees. Which shall not exceed 1,000 rupees. I have to disclose it, intimate it with an additional fees of 1,000 rupees. Accordingly, for Sub-Rule 5A, inserted in Rule 114, to provide that if such person fails to intimate the Aadhaar number on or before 31st March 2022, at the time of subsequent intimation, he would be liable to pay by way of fee, that is late fees, an amount equal to 500 rupees till 36 2022, and all other cases it is 1,000 rupees. Okay. And if he fails to link Aadhaar with PAN on before 31/3/2022, his PAN shall become inoperative until he renews it by way of linking it. Okay. Clear? Let's move on. Accordingly, Rule 114 specifies the manner of making the PAN inoperative. If a person who has been allotted PAN or as on 1st July 2017 is required to intimate the other has failed to intimate, the PAN of such person will be inoperative immediately after such date. Accordingly, where a person whose PAN inoperative is required to furnish, intimate, or quote his PAN under the Act shall be deemed that it has not been furnished, intimate, or quoted as will be applicable from 1/4/2023 being the date specified. From 1/4/2023, this consequence will be applicable. Where the person who has not intimated the Aadhaar honor before intimates Aadhaar after 1/3/2022, by it will become operator by after the payment of late fees. Okay. See, it is like it will become inoperative after 31/3/2022, and it will be deemed to be not furnished after 1/4/2023. Within such date, if he furnishes, then it becomes operative only after the payment of late fees. Clarification with respect to the relaxation of the provisions. Okay, provides that if PAN of a person has become inoperative, he will not be able to furnish and would be liable to all consequences under the Act for such failure. This would have number of implications. The person would not be able to file his return. Pending returns will not be processed. Refund cannot be issued. Pending proceeding in the case of defective returns cannot be completed. Tax will be required to deducted at the higher rate. See, PAN is not applicable. Generally, what happens? It is deducted at the 20%, right? That rate will be applicable as if he doesn't have a PAN. In addition to the above, the taxpayer might face a difficulty at various other fora like bank, other financial portals, as PAN is one of the important KYC. In order to smooth the application, it is clarified that the impact would come effect from 1st April 2023 and period of 1 April 2022, 31st March 2023 would be the period during which you would not have any negative consequences. So it is better to file or link the PAN with Aadhaar before 31st March 2023. Even though it is with late fees. However, the taxpayer would liable to pay the fee. Okay, you are only given time limit only for the negative consequences, not for the payment of late fees. Provision not to apply to certain persons or class of person. The provision of Section 139A relating to the quoting of Aadhaar number would, however, not apply to such person or class of persons or any state or any case may be as notified by central government. Accordingly, central government has notified Okay, quoting of Aadhaar would not be applicable, would not be applicable. This can be an MCQ. Okay, residing in Assam, Jammu, Kashmir, Meghalaya, Assam, Jammu, Kashmir, Meghalaya, non-resident, age of 80 or more, and not a citizen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Assam, Jammu, Kashmir, and Meghalaya are non-resident. Age of 80 years or more, not a citizen of India, not a citizen of India. Updated return of income. Option to file an updated return of income. Give me a minute. Any person may furnish an updated return of income or the income of any person in respect of which he is assessable for the previous year, the relevant assessment year, at any time within 24 months from the end of the relevant assessment year. I am able to furnish updated return within 24 months from the end of the relevant assessment year. This is irrespective of whether or not he has furnished the return of income or related return or revised return. Whatever I have furnished, okay, I am able to update it. Okay, even I furnished the return of due return of income or related return or the revised return, I will be able to update it. Updated return for AY 22-23 can be filed till 31/3/2026 from the end of the assessment year till 24 months time have been given. So this is an important MCQ again. Okay, an update done for A by 22-23 can be filed till 31/3/2026. Okay, see, MCQ doesn't mean that it will come in MCQ. It will mean that it can also come in small subdivision in the big questions. Okay, non-applicability of the provisions of updated return. Okay, this will not be applicable if the updated return of such person is a loss return, effect as a decreasing the total tax liability or increases the refund. Decreased tax liability not permissible, increasing tax refund not permissible, or is a loss return not permissible. Updated return can be filed if original return is a loss return and updated return is a return of income. The original return is loss, but now I'm going to furnish income, then it is allowed. Okay, if a person has a loss in any previous year and has furnished a loss return on or before the due date, he shall be allowed to furnish an updated return if such updated return is a return of income. Return of income, for example, if Mr. X has furnished his return of loss A by 22-23 that on 31/5/2022 consisting of this loss and his updated return can be updated till 31/3/2025 if it is a return of income. Updated return to be furnished for subsequent previous year in case of 3 above. If a loss of any part of loss thereof is carried forward under chapter 6 or unobserved depreciation carried forward or tax rate carried forward is to be reduced for any subsequent previous year as a result of furnishing of updated return for income for previous year. An updated return is required to be furnished for such previous year. See, assume I have time till 31/3/25. But before this, the next assessment year also comes, right? So I have set off this losses. Then I have to be updating my current next year's return also. Okay, that is what I've given. Okay, say for example, AY 22-23, I have shown a business loss for AY 22-23. See, here, let me put it. AY 22-23, I have shown a business loss of 5 lakhs, right? Next year, I have set off or assume for AY 23-24, I have set off rupees 3 lakhs. Then that return, if showing income for AY 22-23, then there is no loss, right? So that so set off has to be reversed. In AY 23-24's return also. Okay, clear? Now, circumstances in which the updated return cannot be furnished. See, this is the case. This is important, right? Could be a question. No updated return shall be furnished in the following scenarios. Give me a minute here. In case of a person, a search has been initiated. Okay, then survey has been conducted where notice has been issued to effect that any alien money, jewelry, or valuable article has been seized or requisitioned. And in case of any other person belongs to such person, any books of accounts are been seized or requisitioned. Okay, for the assessment year relevant to the previous year in which the search is initiated, survey is conducted, or requisition is made, and for any assessment year preceding such assessment year, for the assessment year in which the search, survey, or requisition is being made, or and for the preceding assessment year, Okay, let's make it simple. Okay, updated return cannot be furnished for the assessment year relevant to the previous year in which a search, survey, or requisition is made, and the assessment year. Then, where a person has furnished an updated return under the subsection for the relevant assessment year, already I have furnished an updated return, then I will not be able to update it again. Where any proceeding for the assessment has been completed, if it is completed or pending, then I will not be, assessment is completed or pending, then I will not be able to update. Okay, then only for relevant, okay, only for such relevant assessment year. Okay, well, the assessing officer has informed in his position for the relevant assessment year in the smugglers and manipulator, I mean, foreign exchange manipulator act. So I have been in possession of an information regarding to that person involving in non-compliance with these acts, then I will not be able to allow him to furnish an updated return. Where information for the relevant assessment year has been received on an agreement 90A 90 in respect of such person, and the same has been communicated prior to the date of furnishing an updated return. See, if the information is communicated to me prior to the date of furnishing an updated return, then such updated return will not be permissible. If any prosecution is pending under the chapter 22 have been initiated for the relevant assessment year in respect of a person prior to the date of furnishing this return, be able to allow him to furnish an updated return. Updated return for the relevant assessment year cannot be furnished by such person or belongs to such person as may be notified by the board in this regard. Okay, let's repeat the persons once. Okay, if uh, search is initiated, survey is conducted, or requisition is made, then I will not be able to furnish updated return for the relevant assessment year and for the preceding assessment year. And if I already furnished an updated return, then I will not be able to furnish again. Okay, then if any proceedings of assessment is pending or completed, then I will not be able to furnish the updated return. Where I have received the information with respect to non-compliance of smugglers or the PMLA or Binami Act, okay, and such information is communicated to me prior to the date of furnishing the updated return, then I will not allow him to furnish the updated return. Then 90A 90 non-compliance being received, then furnish the updated return, and he is involved in the prosecution under chapter 22, then I will not allow him to furnish the updated return, and any other case as may be specified by the board. Return payment of additional tax, interest, late fee before furnishing updated return of income. In case of no return is furnished earlier, see, I have to do it before furnishing updated return of income. Okay, then if no return is furnished, tax to be paid along with interest and fee before furnishing the updated return, along with interest and late fee, Okay, also with for the delay in payment of advance tax. Okay, and that will be considered. Updated return shall be accompanied by a proof of payment of such tax, additional income tax, interest, and fee. Manner of computation of tax payable on the basis of updated return. Amount of tax, amount of TDS, TCS, any relief claimed under Section 99, any relief claimed under Section 1991, any tax relief claimed under 90A, tax credit claimed under 115JA, that is MAT, and then hold on. Okay, well, this, okay, manner of computation. So I have to first identify the amount of tax, if any already paid as advance tax is computed. I have to compute the tax after taking into account the following: advance tax, TCS, TDS, relief, then under 89, 90, 91, 90A, and tax rate under section 115JA or 115JD. Interest under section 34A if no earlier return has been furnished. If earlier return is not furnished, then 234A interest will also be computed. Then, in case where return is furnished earlier, tax to be paid along with interest before furnishing the updated return, as reduced by the amount of interest paid. Okay, see, additional income tax as reduced by the amount of interest paid under the provisions of this act in the earlier return before furnishing the return. Updated return shall be accompanied. I have to give tax and interest as reduced by the already interest paid. Okay, I should submit this proof along with the updated return. Manner of computation: tax payable has to be computed after taking into account, okay, amount of relief, the credit for which it has been taken earlier, TDS, TCS which has not been included in the earlier return, any relief of tax which has not been included relief of tax not been included any tax credit which has not been claimed. Okay, of course it have been increased by the amount of refund if any issued in respect of earlier such return. Okay, if it is loss, I would have given you refund. Okay, right? So if I've given you a refund, then if you are going to show it as tax payable, then you have to add this and also return the refund amount. Interest under section 234B, where earlier return has been furnished. In case where earlier return has been furnished, interest payable under section 234B has to be computed on the assessed tax. On the assessed tax, tax paid falls short of the assessed tax. Assessed tax would be the same, right? The amount is payable, right? So on the total income is being declared. This will be computed after taking into account the amount of relief which is being claimed, and tax deducted TCS not claimed, or relief not claimed, then any relief 90A not claimed, then the credit which has not been claimed, tax credit which has not been claimed. Also add the refund. Interest in section 234C if earlier return has been furnished. Where earlier return has been furnished has to be computed after taking into account the total income furnished in the updated return as the returned income. Additional income tax payable at the time of updated return. Such return is furnished after expiry of the time available under section 139.4 and 139.5 of the relevant assessment year and before completion of the relevant assessment year, 25% of the aggregate tax and interest payable as determined above. Additional income tax payable. Okay. Additional income tax payable at the time of furnishing updated return in section 139.8A would be, if it is within 12 months from the end of the relevant assessment year, 25%. If it is after expiry of 12 months but before completion of 24 months, then it is 50% of the tax and interest payable as determined on one above. Then, computation of additional income tax. Tax would include such and surcharge. Interest payable would be the interest charge payable any provision of the act on the income as per the updated return as reduced by the interest paid in the earlier return. Interest paid for the current return minus the interest already paid. However, the interest paid in the earlier return would be considered to be nil if no return has been furnished. And furnished in section 139.8A would be regarded as effective unless such return is accompanied by a proof of tax payment. If I don't furnish the proof of tax payment, then it will be treated as defective. Power to CBDT to issue guidelines. CBDT has power to issue guidelines, and such shall be laid before each House of Parliament.